my nose to there, aren't you? Hello, interwebbies! My fellow interwebbies. God, I think I'm still wearing the same shirt. God, what is this? Well, like, I sound surprised by that. Like, during the, like, Dancy Dance Time, kids. Guess what? You know, every so often there are those, just like those magical moments in your life. Like, just little magic moments. And one of them is when you persuade your 13-year-old kid to join you in your 7-minute burn and learn thing, and they turn every single stupid, painful, miserable, movement in the exercise into a bad dance number. So we just did the best. We just did the best workout, doing, like, you have to do these, like, knee things up. Well, Baz just grabs my arm and we're going to see the wizard, because, like, we're doing, like, skipping in place and then bad dance moves. And God, I love that kid. Anyways, so that just like flew by, like the best burn and learn I think I've ever had. He joined me for all of it except the stretch, which he said was boring. So, but God, I love the stretch. The stretch is just, to me, that's just like, that's just, that's the reward at the end, is to sort of like pull those vertebrae back up again. But just a freaking great dancey dance face workout with Baz. I'll never be able to do any of those exercises with a straight face anymore now, because he's got them all. They've all turned into these stupid disco or Fortnite related, bad dance moves. Anyway, so there you go. That was the inspiration. Bonjour, Francine. Bon midi. Bon midi. Bon midi. Is that right? Midday. Bon midi, or it's afternoon, I guess. But après le noon? Nah, I can't get that right. Morning, Candace. And someone from North Carolina. Hello, Shari. You were from North Carolina. Hello. Samsung, how are you, man? I'm good, but I'm still waiting for that phone to arrive, Samsung. So whenever you want to send that over, you just do that. CM Dex, happy Saturday, everybody. Saturday. I like my Saturdays. Jane's got out for one of her long, rambling walks with her friends. Where I'm convinced she just basically complains about me the entire time. I assume that's the case. I really hope I'm wrong. And then Baz and I hang out and watch, our daily dose of the internet, bad YouTube videos. And then, as I say, like, dance number workouts. It was just fantastic. Just like, it was great. Oh, damn, the internet in the train is not good. Oh, boy, Lexi K. It's not a huge surprise, though, really, that the internet would be bad in a train. Where are you going to, Lexi K? Norway. Modars. Oh, God, I want to go to Norway. Somebody find a good film festival or movie going there that I can be in, or something. I want to go out there, man. I want to go to that part of the world. It just sounds so freaking amazing. Another Norwegian. Maker Viking. What are you making right now, Viking? What are you on to? What are you working on? I got to build this freaking CNC thing. It's crazy. I got CNCs to build. I got mushrooms to grow. I've got cables to cable. How was the trip to the outside world? Oh, Tammy, Tammy is entirely ulterior motives on that, because she knows that one of my trips was to go and do some voice recording stuff, which I gotta say was just a joy, absolute joy. I told you that yesterday. The next trip, dentist, was to the dentist, and I gotta say, they have a new dental hygienist, Tammy, who I think you would approve of. She seemed quite young. And everyone seems quite young to me, just to be very clear. She seemed quite young, covered in tattoos. Very cool woman. And very short. And was trying to work out the new chair that they had. So we had a lot of fun with the chair. We're up and down and sideways and tilting back and tilting forward, trying to get it in the right place for her to do the cleaning. And I feel like I've gone from 2 giant teeth, like one on the top and one on the bottom, to like many little teeth now. So I feel much, much better. She was able to dig right in there. And get this, Tammy, explain this to me. Maybe it's because of my mouth guard. Tammy made me wear my mouth guard again. Tammy knows this stuff. And so she made me wear my mouth guard again. So I started wearing my mouth guard again. No pain. I got there. I was like, it's like going to the Apple Genius Bar. You show up and it never screws up the way it was screwed up at home. You bring it, that's how to fix anything with an Apple. Just go to the Genius Bar. I never go to the Genius Bar, by the way. Sorry. I can't go anywhere where someone else is being called a genius. I just do it at home. But, it's like going to take something in to get it looked at, or get the guy around to fix the furnace or whatever. Or, as I've heard, go to the Genius Bar and have someone go like, no, it looks fine to me. So that's what it is. No dental pain at all. But I said, yo, hey, can you set me up with the gel stuff? So they've got this gel stuff that they put on the top of your teeth. And for a good couple of months, it just takes the edge off. So I could drink coffee. Hot coffee, cold ice. No, I can't do that. Actually, that still hurts a bit anyways. Never mind. It just takes the edge off the pain. Anyway, so there you go. That is my tale of going outside. But what we did is I took the streetcar down, which wasn't bad. You were able to distance each other. Although, oh God, I just felt so sore that we've got this thing called the TTC here, the Toronto Transit Commission, and they've got all these, like officers there to make sure that people are wearing masks and doing the right thing. But all of these either elderly or, severely messed up people, or both in some cases, just completely, disoriented and stuff. The people who are on the streetcar, for the most part, in the middle of the day, are people who are there because they either have to be or because they just don't know they shouldn't be, I think. These people the TTC people were so patient with these folks. There's one guy was screaming at the thing, and his mask was down, and they said let's raise our mask. Let me figure this out. You notice who has been scamming the system for so long, because guys will walk up to the streetcar, see that there's TTC people on there, and then go, oh yeah, no, not my streetcar, I'm not gonna go on that streetcar, because they don't have their little card and they're not gonna pay, right? Because it's a proof of purchase thing now. So I saw a lot of that. But I've got this weird thing. There's a weird thing that happened. I met a woman on the waiting for the streetcar the other day, and we're standing quite far apart as we should. She's got 2 masks on, and I only had one. Because I gotta say, I just felt like I had this thing that was keeping it away, and I thought if I put a mask on top of that, it's just gonna be, I just didn't think it was gonna hold. So anyway, I had my mask on, and she said, oh, I was on the streetcar the other day, and a Chinese woman was just eating on the streetcar. And I thought, why is it that you have to say the race of the person, or if you don't, the assumption is that they're white? And I realized that this is something that I grew up with, where when we explained what people look like, we would say, oh, there was this black guy and he got on the streetcar. Or, oh, there's a Chinese or an Asian person who got on the streetcar or whatever. We would always refer to their race before we describe whatever they were doing. And I realize now that I don't do that anymore. And I haven't done it for a while, I don't think. Although I do catch myself sometimes, saying stuff like that or wanting to say stuff like that, and realizing that it's because we are raised, like me, little white privileged boy here, are raised to assume that white is the normal, and that anything else needs to be described above or beyond that. And I didn't call her out on anything at all. I gave her the advice that I give myself now when it comes to the COVID stuff, which is that I can't freak out about what other people are doing. I can't do it. It drives me crazy. I go down a rabbit hole with it. I get so angry and frustrated when I see people not doing the right thing with this stuff. I don't mean like blatant stupidity. Well, no, I do. There's that as well. But even just things like, I don't understand people not wearing masks outside. Like, just because you're outside, COVID doesn't exist. I don't understand that. But I've discovered that the only way I can deal with it is just concentrate on my own thing. Like, it's just my thing. Like, I'm just going to make sure my mask is good, that I'm, that I've got some eye protection, that I'm keeping myself far enough away from people, that I'm doing my part, I'm washing my hands, I'm keeping my kids safe, I'm trying to be a good example. But if I start focusing on all of the infraction, that I see as I go around, infraction, you sir, infraction, I can't, I'll go crazy. And I think that was my advice to her. And it's funny talking to like an older woman about this stuff, and she just went like, huh. And I was so happy because I was like, hey, I'm not an idiot. Like that I got, I don't know how to address the either obvious or perhaps just ingrained racism to what she was saying. Like for some reason, Asians were the only people who ate on the freaking streetcar. Trust me, I've seen a lot of white guys eating and smoking and doing stupid things, or women or whatever. I mean, I thought I didn't know how to address that part of it. But I thought I could at least address this woman's stress. Like, she was freaking out about what everyone else was doing, and I know that for myself, for my own, like, anxiety crap. Like, I know, like, Jane said, like, you know, have you taken your medication today? Because you're kind of freaking out about everybody. And in most cases, I haven't. But it's just the idea of, like, I think if I can offer that piece of advice to people, I think you'll be happier. Because it just takes this weight off you. All of a sudden, you're like, yeah, well, other people, you know, and that's it. Because the other thing is, I find when I start complaining about other people, then I go down that road as well. You know how good I am at complaining. So that's another thing. Again, there's a rabbit hole that you can go down with that. But anyways, so just throwing that out there, that was a little insight that I got from being out in the real world for a bit. It sounds like I'm going to get tested again probably next week. I've got some makeup tests to do. They're going to redo. So we've shot something on this other show that I haven't told you about either. And they're like, I don't know, the makeup, I got to change it. So, because I got some crazy prosthetic stuff. So they're going to change the crazy prosthetic stuff and then reshoot some stuff. So I'm really excited about that, and some new wardrobe things and things. So it's really very, very cool. And the ultimate, I tell you, like the ultimate possible compliment you could get as an actor is to be invited back to a show. And I got invited back to this other show that I'm doing, and was so thrilled that I got, like, it's just one more little scene, but it's just a beautiful little scene. It's funny, it's twisted, it's fantastic. And I'm like, I was so happy about that. I just got a call. I've got like 3 more shows. They got me in 3 more episodes. So I am, at some point, going to be busy. Right now, it's this weird holding pattern. I feel like I'm the plane. You know, remember that app that there was this app that, oh God, what's this called? What's his name? Nathan Fillion. The Nathan Fillion was obsessed with, where you had to land planes. I feel like one of those planes circling right now, and I'm just waiting to come in to land to do my little acting thing. Sunday, I get to do a read-through, a Zoom read-through with everybody, which is kind of fun. I usually hate that shit, but on this show, and also just, I guess, with my new headspace, where I'm just like, hey, you know what? You're freaking working. Like, make the most of it. Enjoy this. Like, you know, who else gets to sit around with actors from everything from Walking Dead to God knows whatever. Oh my God, to like, yeah, I mean, I can't even list all the things that these guys have been in, guys and obviously women as well. Just a brilliant bunch of actors. Why not kick back, watch them work, do the scene, stay for the, because we're doing 2 episodes. I'm only in one of them, but I'm like, yeah, I want to know what's going to happen. So there you go. So I did that. Watched the movie last night with the kid. He didn't like it. We didn't love it either, which is too bad, because I love Denzel Washington. We watched Denzel Washington and Rami Malek, another amazing actor, I got to say. The 2 of them just chewing up the scenery with Jared Leto, who I'm sorry, I don't see it. I've only seen him great in one thing, and that was the Dallas Buyers Club, whatever it is, Dallas something club. I thought he was brilliant in that as the sort of, I don't know whether he was trans or cross-dressed. I don't know what the deal was, but brilliant performance by him in that. And he just seems to be so over the top with everything else. And this movie, it was so unsatisfying. Like, it was just, it felt like a long episode of a not very exciting CSI episode. No, that's not. I think that's doing CSI a discredit. I mean, the acting was freaking brilliant. Like, Denzel Washington, oh my God, like, the guy was like heart and soul in that thing. Rami Malek, same thing, brilliant performances. Jared Leto, I don't know what the hell he was doing. But you know, he was wandering around like something out of Five Nights at Freddy's or something. But but God, Denzel, I mean, just the way because Denzel's a good-looking guy. And he just looked like he'd given up. It was so great, like what he did with his performance and stuff, and that wonderful calm that he had. He's truly like one of my favorite actors of all time. Anyway, so having said that I didn't like it, but I would recommend you see it just to see Denzel, because Denzel's just so freaking good in it. But I'd be curious to know what you think. I was wildly unsatisfied. I thought it was like a very simple story that they overcomplicated, and also it just felt very, for want of a better word, male. It felt very male. Does that make sense? Like, it felt like a 1990s movie where it's like, all right, guys, yeah, we'll get all these guys together. We'll do like talk about guy stuff. And we'll have like guy cops and guy FBI agents, and it'll all be very guy-like. And then all the women will be like murdered and like hunted and all that stuff. And it was just, I don't know, it felt dated. It felt weird. Anyways, but it was, as I say, Denzel, mwah, fantastic, magnifico. All right, what do we got? David the Noise. What noise? David the Noise. What's the noise? David the Noise. What is the noise, Megan? It comes in and it comes out. Yeah, because it's a freaking. Oh, carry mod off. What is that? Check the mic. Is there weird static coming through? Sorry. It's probably the little mic thing. And it's also, let's do this. It's also probably, okay, let's do this. What if I do this? Let's skip this stupid mic. What if I do this? Is that better? Is that better? It's a buzz, vibrating buzz sounds. Well, you know what? It might have been the furnace, because the furnace is going too, you know. Ça c'est bon? C'est bon? Merci. Way better. You know what? Get this. Plug-in Rode mic. No plug-in mic. So I guess I'm just not used to using my iPhone 12. I guess my iPhone 12's got a better mic on it than. That's good. Okay, good. Okay, so the question I have for you, though, is, sorry, I couldn't see the chat because I was too far away and waving my hands around and talking. But you could hear everything. It just had a horrible, annoying buzz. Is that would I be clear in saying that? I enjoy listening to you ramble in the morning. I do ramble a bit, don't I, Lucretia? It's true. All right. Yeah, that's right. Right. Yes. Great. Correct. Hello to you, Nick Bear. All right. So anyways, so go check it out. It's called, I think, Little Things. It was on HBO Max. Is it HBO Max, I guess? The reason why I got a VPN, because I'm sorry, no one is telling me that this American can't watch American television just because he's in Canada on the internet. So sorry, I got my VPN and I started watching. I got my HBO Max up here for hello from Iran. Wow, Aria, boy, what's it like out there? I've never been anywhere near there. Again, Aria says again. Hello again. And can't get HBO in Australia. You can if you get a VPN, Mr. Sardonic Spirals. I have. We have a couple of American credit cards which we didn't get rid of when we moved to Canada for this express reason. I mean, we needed to have access to American resources because we sometimes spend, well, before pandemic, we used to spend long periods of time down in the States, and you just have to sort of set everything up through Canada. It's just a pain in the ass. Yes, VPN, Surfshark worked really well for us. You know, no subscription. I'm not like no sponsors or anything. That's what I found worked. Kenny Ken says, you are a legend. No, it says, yo, legend. Oh, I like that's even better. What's this Hudson show you're in? Oh, it was just one episode, Hudson and Rex. And I did it because it was my mom's favorite show when she was in Italy. When she was in Italy, she watched a show called Commissario Rex. And it was about this dog that solved crimes, and she loved it. And, it's one of those shows that they change out the lead guy every so often, but the dog would always stay. And so when I heard that they were doing it in Canada, I actually called the producer, the woman who's in charge of Shaftesbury, amazing woman, Christina Jennings. Did I call her or did I email her? I can't remember. I probably just emailed her, knowing me, and just said, please, my mom loves this show. Can you find something? And they found something, and they were fantastic. And I had the best time, and it's shot in St. John's, Newfoundland, which is why I love that. And so I'm just telling you that. So what? Love that show. Oh, that's good. Like Ren Tin. Yeah, it is. It's like Ren Tin Tin. It's like Ren Tin Tin. Absolutely. My friend's absolute favorite show because of the German Shepherd. Oh, let me tell you, Tammy, that German Shepherd is freaking amazing. And the trainers are unbelievable. And the actors are way better than I am. And I'll tell you why. Because they have to do these, like, they have to go like, and they'd go like, woo, and do like little noises and stuff. And offer treats and things to the dogs to get them to do what they want to do during the scene. So you'll do like a scene for acting. Put that in quotes. But when you're talking about me, put it in quotes. And then they do like a couple of passes with the dog to get the dog to do all the little things they need to do. I was awful because they'd go like, hello, and I go, hello. I like every time they what? Roast beef? I was literally more distracted than the dog was by this stuff. So yeah, it was very, very interesting experience for me. And I actually said to the actors after, I was like, oh my God, I don't know how you do it. Don't know how you do it. The guy's like standing there doing this whole thing about how back in 1942 you were this and that and this happened and this and that. And the whole time he's doing it, there's someone going like, ooh, hee, and then going squeak, 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 squeak. And the whole time he just keeps speaking, keeps doing his entire lines. So I don't know. My hat's off. If I had a hat, my wig's off to you. If I had a wig, I should get a wig just to cover up that little bit back there. Anyways, so There you go. So that was that. I'm looking well, Gary. Thank you very much. It's because I just had a whole dance off with my son, because my son turned my exercise into like a dancey dance face competition. It was fantastic. Although I think I may have hurt my back. May have pulled a muscle having fun like that. So today, everybody, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Me and Barnacle are going to be doing some chatting. Ox has got very important things to do. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure he's got a life. He's way cooler than we are. So Barnacle and I are going to be 1 p.m. Here again on the old, not on my channel, but on Barnacle's channel, doing some tech talk. We'll talk about everything except VR, as we always do. We put up title of what we're going to talk about, and then that's the only thing we don't talk about. That's generally how it works. But I just wanted to pick his brain and everyone else's brain on VR really, and what they what they like, what they think we should be going for. Because I'd like to get something that might be better for my motion sickness, and one that I can start getting used to, and one that I can build a PC around again. And also, I want to experiment with there's some neat stuff coming up. Like one of the ones that I want to talk to Barnacle about is this. They've started this partnership with another company that I love and know some of the lads over there, OpenBCI, which is the brain-computer interface stuff. And so apparently Valve are now looking to build this brain-computer interface thing into the virtual reality, which would I just think be really cool. So I want to talk to Barnacle and everyone about that if that's possible. And of course, get any tips, any VR tips, any PC tips for the VR tips. Barnacle is a big fan, I believe, of the Quest 2, he says. But of course, I've got to get a computer that actually runs anything at this point, because I'm still floundering away with an old laptop, which I love, but I've got USB hubs hot glued to the back of the screen so I've got enough plugs for the cables and everything, and for all of my cameras and all the stuff I want to do with that. So yeah, it's been interesting. I was actually looking at laptops possibly. I was even toying with buying like a desktop, because the only way you can get like the high-end GPUs now is if they're built into a system. So I wondered about maybe going with like throwing down some coin and getting like an Alienware or something like that, like a pre-built system that I could just sort of, either I would use, if I bought the Alienware, I wouldn't touch it probably, or just buy another ready-made system that comes with these big GPUs, because honestly, like the GPUs are being scalped off at like thousands and thousands of dollars when they're coming from the manufacturer for much cheaper. So you can't modify a laptop like you can a tower. No, I know sardonic spirals, and that's why I've always gone for the desktops. That's why I always prefer the desktop for the gaming stuff. But I just wondered about if I was going to be stuck on set. I have to have something portable, and it's usually not as powerful. But something sort of portable. But it's very hard for me to buy low end anything. I'm too much of a nerd. Like I always want to get like the latest and greatest. So I was looking at like $5,000 laptops, and I'm like, oh my god. $5,000. Like, it just seems insane to me. Don't tell Rodney McKay that he can't do anything. Yes, exactly. Don't. Under pressure, of course. Laptops can be pretty powerful these days. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, David raises a good point. I mean, the idea is some of these laptops are like running 3060s now. Like, they got 3060 GPUs built into the laptops? I mean, holy crap. That's insane. That's way more than I need. Whoa, one second. Working on a review of the Dell Inspire Online. They are amazing for the price. Are they, Soma? Interesting. So the Inspire, are they the laptops or are they the desktops? Those Inspiron ones. Hello from Russia. I don't know how to say that name. I can't pronounce that name. It's so I can't even. I'll just say hello to Russia. There you go, fluffy hair. You're fluffy hair, Candace. Just don't treat the laptops the way Rodney did. Every time they slammed the lid down, I cringed. I slammed the lids down a lot. It made you just fine. Thank you very much. This is post exercise hair. This is what this is. All right, laptop 3000 series have serious lower clocks and CUDA. Just saying, buy a lot though. What? A lot though. The laptop 3000 series have serious lower clocks and CUDA. Okay. Much slower TDP than desktop. 3080 Mobile Max P, about the performance of a desktop 2080. Oh, interesting. Okay. So by throwing it in a laptop, you are losing stuff. Hello, Mike Toonel from the Netherlands. Local time 5:52 p.m. or 1752 if you're getting all military. Perry White. I'm afraid that if I buy an expensive laptop, it will go on sale the next day. It will, Perry White. That the only way to deal with it is just to this is it. You can't. Once you've bought, don't shop. Don't do it because it hurts. It just hurts. What about the people who went and bought those freaking $10,000 Macs and then freaking Apple goes and puts out their new M1 chips and says like, you know what, we're gonna give up on this whole Intel thing. That drives me crazy. It is a late burn and whine. It is a bit late. Is it a bit late? What time is it? What time is it now? There's a subreddit on which laptop best deals. Oh, great, Curiosity Keeper. Thank you. So they can manipulate the price of laptops as well as the price of GameStop. Guess we are from all over the world. You are? This is what I was saying is I'd really love to. Somebody find me a link. Somebody find me a link or something that I can put on the techbandits.com that has a map. I'm going to look this up. That has a map that everyone can put a pin in from where they are. And we can start seeing where everyone is gathered together. And we'll start having we can have like, Tech Bandits Russia, Tech Bandits, like you can have your own little clubhouse and stuff maybe or something, like get your own patches. Yeah, I think that'd be kind of fun just to see where everyone's from because it really is such a wonderful sort of international group of people. And I'd love people to see that, that this Tech Bandits thing that I'm doing is not just for the whole point of it's what did I say? I have my little marketing thing. What was it? I'm gonna make local, inspire globally. That's the kind of thing I'm going for. My friend had another one that he said for me, James, Crow Scratch, go check out that writing. Go check out that writing bandits. Man, there's some gold in there for people looking to get into writing. That's on the techbandits.com too. But he was saying that I should say the internet has ADHD and so do I. Join me. Because that's what basically how I do this stuff. So my workplace always used Dell and they were terrible. Must have improved over the years. I always quite liked the Dells. I mean, they were never pretty. They are now. There's some really pretty ones now, but I thought they were all right. I mean, Waterloo. Is that Waterloo, Ontario? Hello again from Nova Scotia. I checked out the Tech Bandits page and it's super cool. Thank you very much, Scottish Undertones ASMR. I'm glad you liked it. Did you see it when I added a whole bunch of updates now? So there's a whole bunch of all of the posts that I've been posting and then not actually putting links up. They should all be available now. I've been trying to link them up with the videos. I'm so disorganized. I've got to get an editor. I got to get someone because much as I would love to do it and how much I love editing. I love editing. I think I'm going to hire someone to go through, start plowing through all the stuff I've got, editing it into little sections, tagging it so we know what it is. So I can say, oh, anytime we talk about VR, and then we can just clip all the stuff together and go, there's our VR stuff. Or anytime we're talking about stock manipulation on Reddit, we just put that in there. Or certain games or certain, I'd like to sort of start being able to tag and tie it to curriculum or to things that people are talking about. So if like a teacher or a parent wants to have a discussion with kids about like online safety or cyber stalking or something, that they can put a couple of searches in and get a nice little package of lists of things that I've recommended or that we've talked about and stuff. So unedited David is the best David. I believe so too, Sardonic Spirals. But here's the deal. Not everyone feels the same. And also, let's face it, the kids I'm talking to, they don't want to watch 2 hours of anything. They want to, they deal in little tiny bites. Me too, for that matter, But yeah, I like my long rambles. It is kind of fun. All right. I can't stay longer than half an hour because I got a bunch of little chores that I should do before I join young Barnacles in his tech talk adventures. What else we got? Don't you own a child? Yeah, I own a child, but I'm trying to get... It's funny. I talked to Baz about editing. I just don't want to put too much pressure on him. Like, I like to be working for me, if that makes sense. And I've had a lot of very kind offers for editing and helping out with the site and things, but I really feel like this needs to be someone who's sort of removed, who's purely a business. This is purely like a business thing for them, because I sort of need a different perspective. I think I probably need a different perspective on it as well. Ideally, it would be a teacher, because they can actually start looking at it from a curriculum standpoint. And my sister, I must post that piece she wrote. But Moira wrote this amazing piece about how curriculum tied into some of the stuff we were doing. And I'd love her to do that for all of our stuff, because I think that would be really valuable. Just curious, says John Johnson. I heard that the movie was based on a book. Is this which one are we talking about? Are we talking about Little Things? It might be. Little Things is probably a good book. I could see it being a good book. I could see why someone would want to make a movie of it, but I could also see why it didn't work as a movie. Um, Also, I just think that, again, I'm feeling like Hollywood's a bit out of touch on this stuff. I feel like, I feel like they're not, they're just reinventing the wheel over and over and over again. They're just not. It feels tired, if that makes sense. Like this, I mean, the acting is still spectacular, as I say, but I feel like the storytelling, the filmmaking, all of it just feels a bit tired, a bit by rote. That's why I like watching, short films on YouTube and stuff, because I feel like there's at least people trying different things there. Um, and some of the movies have come out, and and the other problem was, oh, you're talking about Stargate. Yeah, Stargate was originally based on something of the gods, wasn't it? Chariots of the Gods or something? Wasn't that it was the original one? I've seen a meme of President Obama announcing it as real. What? Oh my God, what a coincidence. I just watched it yesterday. Oh my God, there's a whole chat going on. Honest opinion on new Star Trek series. Which freaking one, Scottish undertones? I got kind of into Discovery. I quite enjoyed Discovery, to be honest. But I haven't kept up with it. I haven't kept up with any series, honestly. I don't. I'm almost, I'm so boring. I've gone almost fully nonfiction now. So I much prefer watching sort of documentary stuff, or honestly, even worse, why do I keep saying honestly? It makes me sound very dishonest. I prefer to watch YouTube. Like I'm just looking at tutorials. I'm looking at science stuff. I guess that's because of the Tech Bandits, but I've just found it really, really interesting. So Discovery, yeah, I like Discovery. I gotta say, Lex. Oh my God, Lex. That's taken us back for a while. The Expanse. I loved the first season of The Expanse. Didn't keep with it again. Again, didn't stick with it. So was I'm going to workout after this. Oh boy. Okay, good luck, Megan. Again, don't go crazy. I'm not watching WandaVision. Sorry, not doing it. Will not do it. Forget it. No, not going to watch it. Sorry. I know that that's incredibly closed-minded of me, but I feel like you've got to know that I I don't know. It just feels like I don't know. I just can't be bothered. Honestly, I can't be bothered. I feel like yeah. I don't know why. No idea, but I've just got, I just, I don't know why. The time investment is big. Is that what it is? Is that the case? Let's say fiction has indeed covered everything now, nothing original anymore. I mean, it's a bit like, I suppose if we got to that point, like, at what point, like with music, will we run out of note combinations? You know what I mean? Will that happen with film? Yeah, WandaVision, it just sounds like they want me to do a lot of work, and I just don't want to do it. Not for Marvel at this point. Marvel? Do I mean Marvel? It is Marvel, isn't it? Yeah. I'm giving up on superheroes. I used to love them. I was really, really kind of sad to hear that they're making a series or a film of Sandman, because I was like, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing that you can do that can improve on those comic books. Like those comic books were freaking brilliant. I don't want to see a movie of it. I'm sorry, I don't want to. Like it's just not gonna. I know they can't get it right, because the amount of money you need to spend on a movie or a series like that doesn't allow it to be niche. It can't be niche. It's got to be big and big budgets, and they've spent a fortune, I'm sure, on the rights to the thing, and now they got to spend a fortune making it and promoting it, and I just feel like it's gonna take the edges off it. I mean, Sandman was like my. I don't even want to. I don't like. What was I, a teenager? I don't know, but it was like it was angsty. It was emo. It was of its time. I'm sorry. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I sound like an old man, don't I? No, I sound like a baby, but I sound like an old man because I just don't. I don't want to invest the time. I don't like all of these. I don't like that everything has to be based on something else. Like, just make a series about, like, make a series. Come up with an idea and make a series of it. Why does it have to be based on something? Why does it have to destroy some childhood joy of mine every time I do it? So there you go. That's my thing. No more teen stuff. Exactly. Everything gets turned into a freaking young adult movie. Anyways, okay. Yeah, I don't, the movies, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not sorry. I think they're taking our money. I think they just only care about selling toys and selling tickets. And, it's like the airlines. Oh my God, don't even start with the airlines. Recently, I saw an epidemiologist talking about, did I say that right? I always get that one wrong. So talking about the airlines and saying like, hey, you want to see, people who don't give a shit about people are the airlines that are pitching fucking COVID deals during a pandemic. Ooh, get your COVID getaways now, cheap flights. That is disgusting. It is disgusting to me that you would be advertising cheap flights in a pandemic. I just, oh my God, there's a reckoning coming, kids. When this COVID thing is over, I hope we turn our big shiny spotlights on some of these companies and the way that they have like war profiteered over this whole, people freaking died. I lost one of my favorite uncles to this stupid freaking disease. And people can't wear masks, and companies are advertising COVID deals where come shove yourselves into a freaking tube of metal and let's fly to the Caribbean, which you can't do anymore in Canada, by the way. And I don't even understand that. Why do we have some flight restrictions and not others? Oh my God, I'm gonna rage. I'm rage against the dying of the. All right, fine. I'm gone. All right. There you go, Aria. I'm so sorry. A dad and an uncle. That is horrible. Yeah. Yeah. You're living in Florida where there's lots of non-maskers. Yeah, I mean, where's the freedom in that? I think the freedom to get sick and tax our system and tax our healthcare system and yeah. Anyways, all right, I'm spiraling. I gotta go get some breakfast. I'm getting all grumpy and stuff. I'm going back. Happy time. Going to my happy place. My happy place was me dancing along with my son while I did my exercises. Turned all of my exercises into a little stupid dance, and I love him for it, and I will go with that as opposed to the negativity in the world. I'm not going to focus on all the stuff that people are doing wrong. I'm going to focus on what I can do, which is to tell everyone to wear a freaking mask, be safe, be kind, be brilliant, and I shall talk to you at 1 Eastern Standard Time over on Barnacles' channel, and we will talk about everything except VR. So, a fair adieu until we geek again. I shall say a cheerio and huzzah! And I'm sorry for railing, but you know what? That's half the fun, isn't it? All right, see you soon. Bye.